Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. Last time we were dumped in a pit of corpses after being interrogated by Drukhari after being part of a trial where we're not really sure what was happening after losing all of our equipment and our companions and our ship and, well, pretty much everything we had. But there are some positives. We're still alive, a weird harlequin gave us a gun, and when I reloaded the game, the weird headache filter that was on is no longer on, which means that it's actually easier to see around. So, let's figure out what we're doing here and, well, let's leave. So this is the way out. Well, it's the way to the pit, so I'm assuming the arena pit. We know a couple of areas around here, but nothing in particular. The corpses smile at you with warmth and whisper quietly, "It is over for you. Join us." Okay. The corpses fell down here from above. You hear them whispering about the beauty of their long descent and the cruelty of the impact that broke their cold bodies. Nice to see some people going around in the background here.
I always have a backup plan.
Hello. Ugly beggar. It is nigh impossible to identify this horrendous spawn dressed in rags as a human being, or rather a genetic anathema descended from human beings. The mutant's hideous appearance is complemented by brutal scars and a partially flayed face. You seem to have made an equally poor impression on the wretched beggar. He sizes you up and rasps, "You look like a grox pack. How are you still breathing with wounds like that?" The beggar's features are appalling to the point of being too offensive to look at. So we failed the perception check because he's too ugly to see. Okay. I'm in need of help. The mutant arches an eyebrow in bemusement. "Really, a gripping tale? And why should I give a crap? Perhaps we can strike a deal." "You want to trade? I've got things to trade." The beggar lifts his rags and you catch the dull glint of a pistol handle. "What do you got, apart from your innards or whatever that thing is that keeps trying to fall out of your gut?" I say we keep what we have to ourselves. "I figured that. A trade between two beggars. Oh, what a laugh. Well, I am begging you. I need shelter and the assistance of a healer." The beggar looks at you skeptically, thinks for a moment, then nods. "Fine. Who else should help a hapless soul in this accursed place if not another hapless sap, right? Come, I'll take you somewhere safe." He beckons for you to follow him. Then something in his wrist clicks and a long blade coated with something foul thrusts out of it. A moment later, the blade sinks into your flesh. Okay. I return the boots in Chapter 3? What do you mean, return the boots? I don't really fully understand what the achievement was, but I've returned the boots, apparently. Also, are we like... I think I can... Yeah, there we go. Skip that bit. You do not feel any pain, not yet at least. You merely watch in surprise as a spray of crimson fans through the air. You do not know when your hand sees the beggar's throat. Your fingers clench around it of their own accord. The mutant's eyes go wide and a rattle escapes his reeking mouth. Okay, so we have something in our head which is causing us to kill people who attack us. I wouldn't say that's the worst thing to have, although that does mean that there's something controlling us that isn't us. He dies before he can wound you again. You force yourself to release your grip on his crushed larynx. The pain finally reaches you through the veil of adrenaline, but the sensation is hardly shocking. What is another wound to you when your body is already suffering from 100 just like it? Okay, well I can loot him. I got some boots. That's cool, and a stim and the beggar's weapon. No, I'll keep the knife. Okay, I'll definitely keep the knife. The contents of the injector bubble playfully as if urging you to find out whether the liquid inside is poison or medicine. Is it? What is it? It gains 4 MP and 4 AP. For their next turn, their MP and AP is reduced by -2. Okay. The beggar weapon is vastly superior to the gift from beyond the grave. Like, just straight up superior. There's no reason to use the other one. The knife might as well be equipped. We might as well have it. And then boots. At the start of the wearer's turn, they gain 20% dodge until the end of the round. Were these our boots? I don't think they were. But they are similar to things we've seen before. Let's do a save. And hello, beggar. Whatever the dead have, I take it. Now, we do have an option here. We can attack him, right? I guess we could attack him. I'm not going to. Also, there is a reason to do this. It costs less AP. So we might as well have it equipped.
Is there money to be
Let's do an awareness search.
That's how it's done.
We got another stim. Okay. Well, that's fine. Also, how's our XP looking? Are we about to level up, or are we really far? We're fairly close. Okay. Another search. Oh, what does that say? The contents of the injector bubble playfully. Okay. This one?
Success is the only outcome
Gladiator's
I accept.
healing kit. So restores Lord Xenos divided by 3 wounds. That's not bad. We have Lord Xenos, which actually makes that very good for us. Our Lord Xenos is going to pay dividends. Blasted Voigtveer. He killed your people, tore down your banner, and replaced it with his heretical rag. Okay, interesting. So why is that popping up there? I think our mind is not correct yet. Hands up, that corpse's mind.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Alright, we'll keep having a look down here. This one? We should fail one eventually, but we do actually get double rolls on these in theory.
Just as I
so
planned.
We might not. Removes 1 trauma. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll equip it. We don't necessarily need that, but it's useful. Actually, removes 1 trauma. Do we have a trauma? Are these trauma? I don't think that these are trauma, unfortunately, for us. These are permanent injuries currently. Yeah. So we probably need an actual doctor to fix them.
I always keep my options open.
Your wounds barely hurt at all, and your body feels surprisingly light. That's not good. Given how many wounds we have. Find help. Okay, well, we'll keep looking. Awareness search. Actually, you know what? We don't get double rolls on these. Because the double rolls were due to an item that we no longer have. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, we did fail one eventually. Oh. If you surrender to the cough and lie down, it'll be easier to breathe and your lungs will stop burning. Okay. True.
Failure is just
nothing
a temporary
that could be of use
setback.
to us. Alright, I'm not going to go towards the pit yet, because I think that's where it wants us to go. I'm going to head over here.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Don't hurt me, I've got nothing for you to take. Yeah, we could murder all of these people for their stuff. I have realized that implication, because they are actually interactable. But we're not going to. Your wounds barely hurt at all and your body feels surprisingly light. Interesting. It's interesting we got the same message twice, but we got different messages going in different directions. Is it a random message, or does the direction indicate which way we should go? Okay. More beggars and things up here. What is going on here? There are so many dead people around you. How? It must be Voigtveer. Damn him for what he's done to your crew. So, us, the player, can see what's really happening here. Obviously, our character still thinks that Voigtveer has done this. Somehow?
I always have a backup plan.
In a pleasant voice, the strange device invites you to put your hand into its depths and press the activation button. No? What's this? Enormous eye stares at you through the glowing portal, or rather the portal is the eye of something enormous, and its maw patiently waiting for you to step inside. So we can step inside a portal.
Keep your wits about you.
Got nothing for you to take. Let's head the other way. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about where we want to go, but I'm going to head this way and just explore the movable area before going through portals. So we have some Drukhari here. That's going to be difficult, and obviously you're meant to go round there for some reason. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to lead to good things for us. Let's go the other way. I think this is an actual choice here. I think we take the random portal and we hope it works. Now, here's where you can't use the portal and we have to fight the Drukhari, but let's go.
I know how to take risks. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay, that is not real. Alright, well, I did love he says, I know how to take risks. I charge myself into the alien portal. Okay, well. Oh, what's this? The wide maw of the chute stretches into a mellow grin as if promising to disgorge a few more bodies to keep you company.
I always have a backup plan.
You guys got anything to say here? I'm assuming we're about to cutscene, yeah. You fooled, you have a death wish. That's why they came here, to gut people like us. I'm still going to try and sneak past. Maybe they won't take notice. I told you not to let them see you. They're hunters, damn butchers. Let's creep along. Stick to the shadows. Go around in the chasm. You can get in anywhere. So we're going to go down there and then go below, maybe? I don't know if this is a sensible plan. This seems foolish, but
I always keep my options open.
I passed the roll. Keep running. Hide. Hide in the corner. Nah, you can't see me. I'm hidden. I'm sneaky. In what world is this working? Also, I failed the athletics check. So I took another injury. I can't move until that warrior is finished. Assuming I can go when that warrior moves. No, I should have gone when that warrior was talking. You going around here, or where are you going? We know that we're not getting spotted where we are somehow, so taking advantage while we can. If you move this way, I'm going to go. That's a little too close for where I want things to be. You two, please chat. Yeah. Go. Your wounds barely hurt at all. Your body feels surprisingly light. Okay. Who's attacking people here? Shriekers. We're shriekers.
Keep your wits about you.
The barking of weapon discharging becomes Theodora's disapproving grumble. Do you consider that to be the face of a rogue trader? Your brave enforcers spend their every waking moment training. After all, Voidfear could return at any moment and try to take over your ship again. So yeah, we still think, although our character can see what's actually happening, we still think that we're stuck. Okay, we could also grab that loot if we're
Is there money to be
sensible
made?
like this. In. Go. Grab it. Don't even look at the loot, just grab and go. Okay. What did I get? So I got Drukhari armor, which I obviously cannot equip. I mean, it seems pretty good, but I can't equip it. We got wear-resistant boots. So grants agility and 4 times the agi bonus, which is 5. Wait, no, agi bonus is currently 0. Plus dogmatic rank, which is not 0. Dodge against attacks of opportunity. We're not going to do those. Liquefier grenades, honestly, maybe our best thing. Yeah, let's liquefier grenades this. Okay. I'm going to test something. So this is a pure test. The conditions of the reload on this test. I'm going to use the thing that takes away 1 trauma. If one of these disappears, then we will not reload. So willpower, fellowship are what I can see, and I can see down to beggar's weapon. I don't need to care what these actually are, but if we can see more, then we know that it's done something. So equip. F1, apply.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
So you go down to the point where you can see just willpower and fellowship. Does not do anything. Okay, well, it was worth trying once because now we have an idea of what we can remove. The reason I wanted to check is because our agility is currently 5, which didn't seem very good to me. Yeah, we're good to go. So this takes us to the pit. Is this where we want to go? I guess. Actually, if you look at this area ends there. We have to go to the pit. Okay. To the pit it is. Here's the thing, we only know one person in the pit.
Always
if this is the arena pit,
price.
it's Marazai. That's not really a comforting thing to know. If it's not the arena pit, then we know nothing. And that's also not very good. But, let's see. We've made it out of the first area with stealth. A couple of shriekers here. Okay. Malice in the center. Okay, Malice's servants. More shriekers. You don't want me to fight all this, right?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Your wounds barely hurt at all and your body feels surprisingly light. Why'd you keep telling me that? Okay. Malice deserves credit for giving us something to do other than count the hours until our deaths. Be sure to die sooner or later, but what of it? That's life in the spires. Let me into the arena. I'll make Komarok tremble and shout my name. So this is the arena pit. Alright. Oh, hello. The den you have found yourself in is filled with heady smoke, and the walls are lined with living shadows. The center of attention is a snake-like Xenos. He's engaged in conversation with a pale, harried-looking Drukhari, and pays you no mind, much like everyone else in here. You have heard of this breed of Xenos, the Slith. These creatures can often be found in the entourages of powerful Drukhari lords, where they serve as bodyguards and champions. They are just as deprived and vicious as their masters, but theirs is a more primitive intellect and they are driven by baser needs. My Medicae will let me survey the room. Everyone gathered here is armed. They all bear scars and some even have fresh wounds. You notice a few humans among the Xenos. They clamour in a mismatch of tongues, and their laughter rings with lunacy and bloodlust. The air is thick with an all-pervading sense of doom. Your trained eye does not fail to notice that virtually everyone in this place is under the influence of some substance or other, and powerful ones at that. It seems you have wound up in a narcotics den. I'm going to observe the scaled Xenos. The leader of this gang is powerfully built. His scaled hide is reinforced with engraved metal in several spots. His long tail coils around and around as his snake-like head sways gently from side to side. The Xenos is enjoying a state of blissful relaxation. His companion, the gaunt Drukhari, is looking at him obsequiously. They love the word obsequiously. Her entire body is adorned with hundreds of embedded steel beads and thousands of red injector marks. May we speak, I say to the large snake. The snake-like Xenos either fails to notice your presence or is simply ignoring you. Iridescent eyelid membranes slide over his eyes, momentarily shuttering them. No doubt, a telling look among his kind. Without deigning to look at you, the cadaverous Drukhari mutters, Malice wants you to disappear, pathetic whelp. I require aid, I am wounded. What makes you think I care? No, don't answer. I don't care what you think. Or I don't care what makes you think that. I can pay you handsomely for your assistance. You have nothing. Don't waste my time. The Xenos keeps his attention focused on the Drukhari. His scaled fingers holding an elegant-looking injector clench in displeasure. He speaks slowly and indolently, like a snake about to enter a brumation. So I can shoot him in the head. Is there a problem with your hearing? I come to you with a business proposition. Shoot the Drukhari in the head. There's a problem. I come to you with a business proposition. Grab the injector and use it. I will render valuable services in exchange for assistance, or a power I can make you rich. I'll render valuable services in exchange for assistance. What use could you be to me? The Xenos yawned sleepily, his mouth opening disproportionately wide. But if you want to serve, I have a task for you. The den's temperature is controlled by an atmospheric convector. The scavenger who sold it to me forgot to mention it was faulty. Unfortunately for him, he was unable to repair it. Now the scavenger is dead and I have to suffer the discomfort. My race is cold-blooded. We like our nests warm. None of my gang have a knack for hardware, so if you can fix the convector, I'll take pity on you. Smug and mocking, Malice stares at you unblinkingly. I shall take care of the problem. Hurry. Looking at your wounds, you don't have long to get the job done. I see. Well, I'm now going to step away from the Xenos. I feel like the conversation tree there was not to be... you were not meant to click on everything. Okay, is there any loot here? Nope. Alright, well. There's the mechanism. We've got an 85% chance. I just want to do a little scan around for loot
my
first.
options open.
Okay, don't pull anything out of me. Oh, yeah, you probably don't want them doing that. Hello. You just spare the last few drops of your stimulant. No. Honestly, I think I'm going to need it. Let's have a look over here as well.
Let us not dawdle.
Do a proper search. Examine the gladiator's wounds. Medicate? Okay.
I won't let it define me.
The gruesome blow has caved into Gladiator's skull, but surprisingly is still alive. Was that a pass? That was a fail. I guess if we had passed it, we might have been able to do something here.
Is there money to be made?
Alright, well, fix the mechanism.
I always get the job done.
The Omnisci's power is such that its tech litanies subdue even the twisted spirit of the Xenomachine and force it to operate.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Malice, I have done what you asked. Wasting no time, you approach the scaled ringleader of this rabble. The Xenos is clearly more comfortable now. The sleepy torpor induced by the low temperature has been replaced with the languid ease of an undisputed leader in its element. If we were heretical, we could do something there. The convector has been repaired. Help me. Why should I? Malice looks at you with contempt. The convector has been fixed already. What's the point in me helping you? The little strength you had left in your body has run out. You collapse to the floor, and the darkness that nearly exhausted your mind permanently envelops your vision once more. Through the drumbeat of your heart, you hear Malice's voice from somewhere far away. Fine, patch up the humanling. He's proven to be more useful than the rest of you put together. We got the snake to repair us. Fantastic. I mean, it was a pity repair, but we're back together. Also, I'm wondering how this plays out. It probably doesn't change that much, but I was thinking, like, if you're a tech priest or something, this has got to be a very different experience, right? Like, if you're not just a standard humanoid, if you've got some, like, modifications going on. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's exactly the same. Anyway. Sensation slowly returns to you. Your body is still in pain, but you are no longer on the brink of death. Your wounds have been crudely closed with metal clamps, and your throat is pocked with injector tracks, as though you've been wearing a neck pillow of needles. The one who rendered the first aid to you was clearly not a qualified chirurgeon, someone who would typically be permitted to minister to the person of the illustrious rogue trader. It looks like you're back with us. I don't know whether to offer my congratulations or commiserations. The scaled Xenos looks at you without the slightest deference. Thank you for your help. I do not want your thanks, humanling. You will earn back every stimulant I spent on you. As soon as you stand up, you are seized by a strange sense of unreality. It's as if you are still there in the wicked darkness and everything around you is merely a twisted mirage. Doubt seeps into your mind like a poison, sundering its contact with your body. You have to make a deliberate effort to hold on to the thought that you are you. Oh, we gained a new effect. What? Is your mind maggot giving you trouble? I saw it latch onto the spinal cord when you were being patched up. A fat, well-fed grub it was, with lots of teeth. It's dying now. They have a short lifespan. That means its poison is especially toxic. You'll lose touch with reality from time to time. When the mind maggot dies, the final dose of poison will make you think your body is not your body at all. And then your heart will just stop beating. Oh lovely, we've got a maggot in our head which is going to cause us to die. Where have I heard that before? Anyway, a dying parasite in the rogue trader's body that is poisoning his mind with hallucinogenic toxin. I could have that thing pulled out of you, of course, but I thought, why should I? Consider it a guarantee of your gratitude towards me. When you've earned your healing, I'll release you from it. The mouthless lip stretches into a bloodthirsty grin. Or, you can reject my generous offer and look for help elsewhere. Have you heard about the humanling that's always hanging around the gate to the anatomical opera, gasping for breath and begging the homunculus to save her? She can't breathe normally. Even the way she says her name is funny. Chiai Hidari. As if she's about to suffocate. Oh. Well, we know where she is now. That doesn't sound like she's in a healthy condition, but we know where she is. Who are you? I am Malice, and the rabble you see are my shriekers. We are gladiators, the bleeding meat of the fatal thirst combat arena. We're the beasts who go out there and kill it, and to die inglorious deaths for the entertainment of the Dark City. And this den is our pleasure ground. Where am I? The snake-like Xenos hisses in satisfaction. Komorah, the Dark City, the underside of existence, the realm of the Drukhari. You heard of it, humanling. Why did you decide to help me in the end? You are a cocky whelp, but feeble like all members of your race. Your cockiness has not got you killed yet, which means you must be someone important, and you might be useful. What's a mind maggot? A kind of translucent slug is a parasite that can only be found on this side of reality. Mind maggots feed on your memory and inject toxic hallucinations into your mind to stop you resisting. Drukhari can train these creatures and use them to show their victims devious mirages. What do you want from me? Kill for me. Go into the Mangle sector and find a freak called the Commissar, one of your kind, and spill his guts for me. Do that and you will earn my favor, and in the chasm that counts for a lot. Who is this Commissar? A prisoner of the Drukhari who thinks too highly of himself. Instead of dying in the arena without any fuss, he is hiding, gathering other slaves of your race around him, making pathetic plans to get his revenge. God, it's Abelard, isn't it? Yeah, in my head I'm like, he's fitting every condition to be Abelard. And many of your kind are listening to him. See how few humanling shriekers there are. They used to all come to me, but now they listen to the Commissar and no longer come. Mangled Sector, what's an off-putting name? It's an off-putting place. It's the base of the spire in which we live. Komorah is stitched together from scraps of various dimensions, and in the Mangled Sector the seams are starting to rip. Space is collapsing in on itself, and entropic radiation is off the scale, spawning all kinds of abominations. And the sector itself is slowly but surely turning into nothing. Oh, it is Abelard. Okay. Some unhinged humanling went there recently. What did they call him? Versorian. He was old but strong and too loud. Oh, he went there separate of the Commissar. Never mind. His visit probably stirred up all the freaks. You should be more careful and quieter than he was. You'd have to be insane to set your foot inside a place like that. Insane or an outcast like the Commissar hiding from the hunt. Or you. Why do you want me to do it? I don't want to drag my whole gang into the Mangled Sector. The place will kill off 3 times more fighters than the Commissar's crew will. But that means I need to send in an assassin. The Commissar's fighters know my shriekers, but nobody knows you. Besides, you don't have a choice, which means you'll see it through to the end. I'm going to need a more serious weapon. Prove that you're useful first. Do this and Malice will see to it that you have decent toys to play with. But not before. In the meantime, you can pick something out of the junk pile. Malice gestures at a container half full of shoddy equipment. Very well, I will kill him. We'll do what it takes to survive. Bring me his head, and in exchange I will share my toys with you. They make surviving in Komarag possible. And if you think of lying to me and running when you're on the street, look out for a humanling dressed in red with a cog on his chest and a face full of misery. See how he is dying alone with nobody to help him. Your death will be just the same. Did I bring... No, I didn't bring Pascal. So that can't be Pascal. But it could be Hanuman. The original. Interesting. Okay. Where's my box of loot that he was talking about? He suggested there was some loot sitting somewhere for me?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Is this a quick way back, by the way? Maybe. Gladiator's pile. So what have you got for me? Oh, we'll take it all here. Yeah, we'll figure it out here in this menu. So I can't use Aldari weapons. I can use Drukhari weapons if one of those happens to be available. Sniper is not looking like a bad option. Shotgun, I don't think we need. Greatsword is better. Don't get me wrong, is better. It's an improvement. Lasgun? No. I think our gun that we got from the beggar is actually probably our best weapon. I still don't really know what the plus means above weapons. I have to assume that there's an upgrade system at some point that we just don't have access to. Yeah. I think now that we're using this greatsword as our secondary, we should probably do this. And that I think will be fine. Now you could argue if we're using pistols, why do we have a greatsword? And that's a good argument potentially for us to use the sniper rifle for the long range hits, but we'll stick with what we got. Right. Armor. So we'll stick some on, and that way I have something to compare it against. These are the same. Does this look nicer? Yes. Okay. We'll wear the better looking armor.
About you.
Quick save. I have to assume that this is not a teleporter we can use, but we'll double check. A flash of searing pain causes the contents of your skull to burst into flames. That's not good.
Let us not dawdle.
To the streets of the chasm. Is this going to take me to the same place that we were previously? Do I still have to sneak around? Many questions to ask. I don't know. It's an intriguing bit that we're in, though. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're meant to be doing, but we have a goal: kill the commissar. How do we get there? This looks like the wrong way because this doesn't lead anywhere. Yeah, let's head back. Maybe there was another exit I missed? Possibly. Possibly. Okay, let's go. I believe that this tooltip is outdated. Every 10 points in strength does not add 1 damage to melee attacks. It now adds 5% damage, I believe, to melee attacks. Which is an important distinction. So if I walk like this, does this take me in somewhere? No. Just double checking there's nowhere else to go up here. There's nowhere else to go, then the way that we have to go is back the way we came, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem correct that we would just go back the way we literally just came. But I guess if it's our only route, then it's our only route, right?
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
At least we're no longer, you know, without armor. We're feeling a little bit better about how things are going. Yeah, I think we're fine. Right. Let's go. So through here. I don't need to sneak anymore. Familiar sense of unreality rolls in, breaking the connection between body and mind.
I always keep my options open.
Okay. So it's the same looking area, but it's not the same area. I think that's the distinction I was missing. This looks like the same area, but it is just the area that looks the same but being repurposed seconds later. Activating the switch will do something. Lower warp. Have a look.
Success is the only
The beggar's
outcome
corpse
I
is disfigured
accept.
by bony growths. Eyes, mouths, and tentacles are constantly appearing and disappearing in the ocean of his flesh. It's difficult to mistake warp distortion of this severity for anything else. Oh, there's loot up there. Oh, in which case activate
Let
the
us
switch.
not dawdle.
Unless this is the loot. This is the loot. I'll have it. Activate the switch. So that moves down this, which allows us to have access to that area. So what's down this way? Is this the area we started in? Yes, this is the area we started in, but it does look different. I don't think it's going to have any extra loot in it. I think they just moved the enemies around. Yeah.
I always have
I think
a
that's all they
backup
did. They just moved the Drukhari from here. Okay. Who have we got? Cutthroat Drukhari. Are we going to have to fight them to get in here? Or are we allowed in here? Doesn't really look like we're allowed in here. There are goods here. Well, I saved.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Sense of unreality rolls in, breaking connection between body and mind. Well, they don't appear to be complaining. 45%
I'll
tech
learn
use.
from this mistake.
Okay, I can't do it. I need something that will
money
let
to
me
be
open
made?
chests. Activate the switch using tech. Okay.
I won't let it define me.
Failed that one as well.
Rise to the top, or
Okay.
get left in the dust.
Portal to the arena. Oh, well, that's interesting. Head this way. Razor sharp keel of a flying craft glints fearsomely in the dim light. Get some more people here. Some goods that we can access. Okay, we get the familiar sense of unreality. Maybe this is just to give you a current update on where your character is mentally. Which is not good.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
Another switch.
I'll learn from this
I do kind of
mistake.
wonder if there's any purpose to even trying these, because the chance is so low. But, you know, kind of looking for anything we can use. To the anatomical arena. Okay, well we know that that's where Jai is. So we might want to go in there for grabbing her. Where does this take us? Somewhere.
Keep your wits about you.
Searing pain. Okay. Not good. The Archon took all the valuable something. What I got there. I'm gonna leave the really low tech use ones. Huh. Goods? We can just grab these ones? Okay, cool.
I always keep my options open.
Well, Rat, I'm gonna need you to let me in here. Also, can we now access the other side of this, or doesn't? Well, I guess that's just a bridge, right? If anything. Yeah, there's nothing in between here and here. Okay. Hello. Not this way, meat. Okay, so I'm not allowed to go that way.
Dawdle.
Oh, they killed the resistance fighters while I wasn't looking? Honestly, let's see what you got. That's slightly better armor. Weaponry. The scrap guns. Not really that good, but, you know, we're getting there. Let's go in. Quick save. So that took me through a portal. Wait, but this portal, did this take us back to where we started? It took us down here.
Always
Oh, and
keep
this
your
takes you
eye
to
on
the mangled
prize.
sector. I see. Okay, so these are linking now. I understand. Okay. So now we'll go to the mangled sector. And we'll see what happens there. Or searing pain. Causing our skull to burst into flames. Yeah. Not good. Quick save. Hey, we lost all of our debuffs. Look at that, we lost all the horrible debuffs, but now we're perplexed. Wait, but perplexed is a trauma. We can cure trauma. Ah, now we finally actually have trauma. Or maybe we'd already got rid of the other stuff. Like back with Malice. This. Perplexed is not trauma. What did I do?
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
That did nothing? Okay, I'm going to reload. Those were not trauma, apparently. I apparently don't know what trauma is. Or wait, did I just fail the rolls? I should have checked that before I did the reload. Because I forgot that you do actually have to roll. Wait, no you don't. You have to roll to remove trauma. If it says remove one trauma, right? How would I know? It doesn't say it on there. Anyway, we know it doesn't remove the trauma, so that's all we really need to know. Whoever tried settling in this vile place, the fortitude did not carry them far. Grab the goods.
No.
Oh, stuff. Thank you.
I always have a backup plan.
Map. Commissar. Athletics check. Abelard's at the other side of an athletics check. Well, I have to.
That's how it's done.
Quatharina, where are you? I have lost you. I have lost you. Oh, so he's also had his mind messed with. Abelard. You barely recognize your loyal seneschal, Abelard Versarion. This pitiable hunchback figure, his officer's bearing, his broad shoulders, his direct and piercing gaze, all gone without a trace. What you see before you is a decrepit, quivering old man rummaging through the malodorous refuse and mumbling under his breath. It takes you a second to make sense of his hoarse lisp. Quatharnia, love. White amorsec and fruits. Of course, love. The children are making mischief again. Quatharnia, where are you? The old man's frail voice is laden with tenderness and longing. Seneschal, this is your Lord Captain speaking. I think if we do it in like a official voice, he's more likely to react. Oh, Quatharina. Abelard laughs faintly and immediately launches into a bout of coughing. Deep lines run across his face and a blurry film of cataracts clouds his eyes. The drive stems are at it again. Another council session. Another appeal to the Logitiums. They will never be satisfied, love, until they make us and our children disappear. Perhaps we should just give in. You always say that Dargonis is not your home, love. Abelard is looking past you at someone only he can see. There is a timid smile on his trembling lips. Would you like that, love? Would you rather leave it all behind, go somewhere far away from our toils? So, obviously this was his wife. We don't believe his wife is or at least I don't think his wife is currently alive. So, okay. Yeah, maybe the drive stems got rid of his wife, and then he's reliving this now? Persuasion, coercion, these aren't really what I need to do. That's why you have stimulants to bring them back. Well, Abelard, here's a stimulant. The dose of stimulant sends such an intense spasm down his limbs that you fear his heart might rupture. I feel it's worth using one stimulant to get Abelard back. If we have to do checks for everyone else, that's fine, but Abelard, I think, is very necessary to bring back immediately. Especially as he might be somebody who doesn't have every single stat lowered. The dose of stimulant sends such an intense spasm down his limbs you fear his heart might rupture. But then clarity brightens his gaze. Abelard looks at you and takes a shuddering breath. Oh, saint's blood! Lord Captain, you're alive! With a groan, Abelard tries to straighten his hunched back. Thank the God Emperor, death has not found you yet. Then again, given the circumstances, it may be for the best. Who is Quatharina? Abelard gives you a terse, embarrassed look. My late wife, Lord Captain. I think in the time I wandered around here, my sanity may have suffered. A temporary lapse, I hope. It appears my mind can no longer stomach the kind of horrors this place has to offer. I saw her by my side. I saw a different time, a different place. What happened to you? Abelard is racked by an old man's hacking cough. That thrice-blasted Xenos simply chucked me aside as like a piece of rubbish. I went to look for you or for help, and I ended up here. This is where it found me, that thing. Memory fails me. All I can remember is bits and pieces and needles. It pumps something out of me, and it pumps something in. I seem to be in one piece except that creature. Abelard tries to wipe his stained coat with a trembling hand. How should I put this? Its needles siphon the strength out of me. I feel older by a good decade or two. He touches his face and exclaims in surprise. My word, I think I am older. That could be why I started seeing things. I never thought I'd live long enough to go senile. What was the thing that attacked you? He shudders. A spawn of nightmares. So ghastly my mind refused to picture a clear image of it. Nothing but meat, metal, and many needles. Feasted on me, feasted on my very soul. Would have devoured me whole if it hadn't gorged itself on another before me. We'll find a way to restore your time to you, Seneschal. Pray, Lord Captain. There's enough strength in this body yet. Your Seneschal will not be easily broken by some. He groans and clutches his side. I could just use a brief respite. Where are the others? I have not the faintest idea, your lordship. All I can say is, if I have managed to survive down here, the others stand a chance too. There were no weaklings in your retinue. Okay. I, for one, have had enough of this heap of filth. It's time to move, Abelard. I could not agree more, Lord Captain. I serve House von Valancius. Abelard salutes you with a shaking hand, and a ghost of his usual stern expression returns to his wrinkled face. Abelard is back, and we leveled up. Abelard. He looks pretty good without all of the armor we're about to equip to him. Well, here's some armor. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. We'll do that in a second. Where are we? We've got like a normal sword, right? Where's our... Yeah. Sword. Right, dual wielding them is beneficial, I think, because I think it will give you more parry if you have two of them. Is that true? Nope. Not in the slightest. Let's equip. There's no reason to put another last pistol on, although it does have a different dodge reduction, so maybe I'll stick it on the second weapon set. Okay. Abelard, I have a sword for you. I also have a heavy stubber if you can... Your strength isn't high enough because it's been drained by 20. I guess you've got a sword. Is your axe better? No, the great sword is better. Okay, cool. Well, at least we're getting there. Awesome. Anything I can give him? Probably give him that, and then we could take another grenade. Yeah, there you go. You have that equipped. Wonderful. Level up. Common talent. What would be helpful here? None of these. I mean, maybe weapon personalization could be helpful. Drukhari equipment proficiency? Do we have a Drukhari equipment proficiency? I don't think so. I think it was just Drukhari weapons. Yeah, I think that Urlet has the other, but obviously she's not here. It will not die. Increase the wounds by half of the character's level rounded up. That's quite a lot of extra wounds. Dual weapon combat. You attack with the second weapon in the current weapon set in addition to the usual one. Potentially not a terrible idea, honestly. We're getting some of these. Do we have advanced skill warp? We do, but we don't have advanced skill Xenos. Let's grab advanced skill Xenos. Seems incredibly useful. Abelard, you get another talent. Well, stronger together. +5 to toughness for everybody. Okay. Yeah. So this would give us armor against Xenos or demonic creatures and critical hit chance, and allies gain half of it. What When we're affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or affects an ally with such an ability, the resolve is increased by fellowship. Yeah, that's not really going to help us here. Seeing what other stuff we have. Nimble gives you natural dodge, which is kind of useful. We could take characteristics training toughness. I actually think that stronger together is probably fine here. I also think no heresy is fine. Let's take stronger together. That'll give us extra toughness, right? Yeah, it'll give us 5 toughness. And it will give everybody else 5 toughness when we get them back in the party, which is kind of worth having. It's not, you know, the biggest buff in the world, but it's pretty good for like a 1 point thing. Right. Save's finished. Oh, also, now selected everyone in our party. Looking at the revolting puddle of ichor that reeks of suffering, you can barely make out what remains of the bones of some unfortunate soul that appear to be digested and regurgitated. Lovely. Also, I'm thinking something like this currently for our party. As indicated by the bloody trail, a body was recently dragged through here. There's some goods. Okay, we'll take them. We're kind of looking for like weaponry more than just random goods. Lord Xenos check to unlock the chest. Oh, I needed to pass a 0 demolitions check.
Is there money to be made?
Well, at least we can pass our athletics check on the way back.
Nothing matters more.
That's fine. Well, we have Abelard. He seems like someone useful to take to someone called the Commissar. He also seems like someone who might disapprove of our plan of killing someone called the Commissar, but he's also loyal enough to not question us. The otherworldly shimmer of nothingness promises peace and quiet.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay. Well, there's some goods, so I just want to grab them while we're here. Beggar dies. Another beggar just got randomly stabbed. I'll have the knife. Examine the corpse of Lord Xenos.
I always keep my options open. I always get the job done.
Skin the corpse. Why? Camelioline skin. The Drukhari warrior's skin was stitched with flexible crystal threads whose colors shift and match the surroundings and conceal the wearer. Why did we cut off the Drukhari skin? I mean, I can guess it's to pass some check later, but still. Seems a little much. Also a demolitions check here, which is way too high for us to do.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Almost seems like if we can get Argenta back, then we're going to be going through all these areas being like, I'm blowing up this, I'm blowing up this, I'm blowing up this. Wait, do you need melter charges to blow up things? Probably. We don't have any of those. Retrieve the safe? Oh, I'd love to. However, I'm currently, experiencing a familiar sense of unreality, which is breaking the connection between my body and mind.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright. Get me the safe. Wait, it's probably going to make us roll a check to open it afterwards, but get me it.
An expected result.
I can't open it. Pascal, why did I not bring you? Anyway. We found a scenic site. And that's cool. Okay. I was expecting something to happen at the end of it, but nope, that's it. Alright. Goods. Return Argenta to your squad. Rogue Trader. Sister Argenta greets you with a glowing gaze and a confident smile. The God Emperor did not forsake his chosen one. I pray that our paths would cross once more. Sister Argenta, thanks be to the God Emperor you are here, and you look as prepared for new trials as ever. Master Versarion, a loyal seneschal never abandons his Lord Captain, does he? I am just as glad to see you alive. She gives Abelard an encouraging smile. Argenta gestures at everyone around her. Your arrival is timely indeed. With the Emperor's chosen on our side, we can come out of hiding and exact vengeance upon the enemies of humanity. Also, wait a second, are you in your full gear with a bolter? How did that happen? But I shouldn't take up your time. Speak instead to the Commissar, the one who leads these valiant souls. He will tell you everything you need to know. What happened to you after you ran into that trap? My memory betrays me. I lost consciousness soon after they dragged us into the shadows. I came into a filthy arena. They had set some clawed beast against me. When I slew it, they sent another. I killed them all, one after another, and the unseen spectators demanded more and more. At last I had an opportunity. One of the beasts I fought damaged the enclosure, managed to escape the arena. Should have seen how quickly the scum who whooped and cheered from the stand set off after me. I forged a path with sword and bolter and wandered for a long time in the darkness. And then I wound up here, where a loyal servant of the Emperor found me and gave me a chance to serve him again. Who's this commissar you speak of? A loyal servant of the Emperor who has not lost the will to fight, even in this impenetrable gloom. He mustered a resistance. Everyone who can hold a weapon and refuses to accept the fate of a toy in the clutches of vile Xenos. The dwellers of these dungeons are myriad, and most are lacking in soul, courage, or willpower. The Commissar and his associates seek out the true champions of the Imperium among them, and prepare those people for the battle against the Xenos. Providence itself has brought me here. I assisted the Commissar in his search in hopes of finding you among the captives. I devoted myself to helping helping the faithful, yet frail, pluck up their strength and guiding the able yet desperate towards hope. My efforts have already borne fruit. 2 squads have gone on a scouting mission to discover a safe passage out of Komorak. Who are these people? I found them, subjects of the Imperium, who were taken to this den of misery and despair scattered across the vast chasm. They were condemned to suffer for the amusement of the enemies of humanity. But the beasts were wrong in thinking that we would simply resign ourselves to our fate. I share my faith in the future with them, the future that we'll claim with his name upon our lips. You'll join me, will you not? Argenta looks at the people around her and nods. I have served the resistance for as long as I could. My duty to these people is done. It's high time I rejoined you and pursued my original mission. But first, allow me to offer a few final words of guidance to my flock. Argenta turns to her audience and her voice fills with zealous fire. Servants of the Emperor, children of humanity, be strong in your resolve and pure in your faith, for our deliverance is at hand. Steel your hearts, for a great trial lies ahead of us all, but the reward for passing it is freedom. Argenta's here. She lost all of her equipment upon joining our party. Well, at least she has no negative stats. You know, we got that. He has his mind stolen from him. She is absolutely fine. Her dodge is actually pretty good, so we don't even want to give her armor. We just want to give her a weapon and get her, you know, sorted. You can use the heavy stubber. I would use the heavy stubber, probably. The 10 rate of fire weapon. And then you need something like, if the heavy stubber happens to not be good, like you need to deal some damage to something. Possibly a sniper rifle as your secondary for now. Right, that seems fine. A level up for Argenta. Characteristic. I've been told that I need to raise her strength to 45. I'll raise her strength to 45. We don't need under wounds amount. We don't need this because our fellowship is not high. Melee flame and melt attacks against demons and psychers. Who cares? Don't do that next to allies because I don't do anything in the right spot with that ability. It's bonus against that. 3% to ignore an enemy attack. Don't care. We do have some bolter stuff which is useful in here. Is there anything we can take? Nope. We already have it. Heavy weapons deal +1 and 10% more damage and ignore 2 deflection. That seems pretty good. She does have heavy weapon proficiency. Yeah, so they're now going to deal +1 damage and 10% more and ignore 2 deflection. Yeah, that seems pretty good, especially as our current weapon doesn't actually do anything, right, in terms of damage. So, like, if they had 2 deflection, it would do, like, a minimum of 1 damage and a maximum of 3. Like, even with 10 shots, you're not talking about a very high number. Okay, well, we now have Argenta back. The squad is coming together very quickly, and we know where Jai is as well, which is huge, actually. Can you destroy this for me? Can you destroy this for me? No, I need to have a melter charge. Alright, well, that's fine. Hopefully at some point we get our equipment back and we can come through all these areas again. Like, fully equipped. We'll see, though. The crate is filled with makeshift lasgun batteries and crudely made autogun ammo. Alright, well, let's see what the Commissar has to say to us. You know what's interesting about the Commissar? You can take that as a starter class, right? Because that was the one that we played in the beta. So in a way, one, our first character that we're meeting here and have to kill is our beta character. And two, that probably means there's some unique dialogue. But we don't have it, so. The stately man in a commissar's coat and a tall service cap greets you with the sign of the Aquila and a solemn announcement. Another loyal servant of the throne has found his way to us through these confounded catacombs. Fear not, approach. If you have faith in the Emperor, then you will find only allies here. We may be in Comarag, but I'm still a rogue trader and you will kneel. No, I don't think we're going to do that. I'm going to say a genuine commissar in the heart of Comarag, and here I thought the surprises were over. The man responds proudly. Wherever his warriors go, there must be a commissar to embolden their spirits and inspire the doubtful, and all whom you see here are his warriors. He gestures at the people around you. I'm going to look at the commissar. One might think the archetypal commissars from the Imperial Guard propaganda posters are all life drawings of this man. He has a large and powerful jaw, his eyes are hard and fearless. The small scar over his brow adds a certain rugged charm to his features. His coat, though worn, has been diligently cleaned and mended, and the skull on his tall cap has been polished to a shine. Who are you? The man replies with clipped precision. Commissar Ayoko Sotny, but my brothers and sisters in arms prefer to call me simply the Commissar. I was assigned to a regiment of the Vicentian Zawaves, and I fought in a battle for the world of Kelmalt Secundus, where I was wounded and taken prisoner while unconscious. Having recovered from my wounds, I carried on fighting the wicked Xenos as the head of the local resistance cell, which I founded. The Commissar's speech is vehement and decisive. My valiant comrades and I sabotage the enemy's activities while we devise our plan of escape. Let's just go through here. Keep up the good work, Commissar Sotny. Will do. We stand for the Imperium. The Commissar turns his burning gaze to his fighters and they erupt in a roar of battle cries. What does your resistance do? The Commissar observes his humble army and sways with enthusiasm. Our first ongoing objective is to bolster our ranks by seeking out prisoners who haven't yet lost faith and willingness to oppress our nefarious jailers. Our second priority is to arm ourselves and train. I teach my soldiers the basics of guard tactics in order to mold them into a fully fledged assault unit. Most importantly, we gather information and plot our escape. And the day we pave the road to freedom with the corpses of the detestable Xenos is nigh. The Commissar's rallying shout makes his people square their shoulders, proudly straighten their backs and respond in a fierce war cry. What are the circumstances of your capture? We engaged the enemy on the world of Kelmot Secundus in the Marcane marches of the Calixus sector. The loathsome foes of humanity were known to launch raids into the area, so we received orders to defend the good subjects of the Imperium. When the profaners descended upon us, we gave them no quarter. The enemy was routed and my unit drove them back to their ships. Our counterattack drove a wedge into their advancing horde and thwarted the invasion, but it also meant that we were cut off on both flanks and surrounded. We fought valiantly for several hours to stop the enemy ranks from reinforming for a new onslaught until we depleted our munitions reserves. By that time, our superior officers had already fallen, so I led my people in a bayonet charge. We taught the Xenos a lesson in blood, and then, well, I have no memory of how the battle ended. I came to consciousness in this foul place, disarmed and on the verge of death. I thought I'd die, but it was not yet time for the Emperor to release me from his service. I require medical assistance. The The commissar examines you critically. You do not look too badly injured, and we are suffering from a severe shortage of medical supplies. Better save what we have for critical situations. Okay, but I'm the rogue trader, so you're gonna fix me. Anyway, the Malice sent me here for your head, however I have no desire to cause you harm. The commissar lets out a contemptuous laugh and nods approvingly at you. That scaled miscreant has long since wanted me dead. He craves my soldiers. He forced us from our base to this perilous place. But he will pay for his schemes soon, and once my plan is set in motion, it is a disgrace to serve one such as he. You ought to join our ranks instead. Together we'll break out of this accursed city. What is your escape plan? The commissar's speech is brisk and energetic. Some of our own here have captured a small Xenos ship that was moored for repairs at a remote unused dock. They eliminated the crew quietly, but left the pilot alive to sail the ship back to real space. We can get to the dock through a dimensional portal located at our old base. Was it Sergeant Vigastis' squad that was tasked with capturing the ship? Did he survive? The Emperor protected him, and he did not fail the Emperor. Vigastes is in good health and waiting for us to arrive. Regrettably, Malice and his shriekers drove us out and took over the base, so the first order of business will be to confront him there. I propose that we take him by surprise and deliver the first strike. We'll support the attack from the outside. Every step of the commissar's plan, when taken separately, seems viable enough. When combined together, however, the chances of success become so ludicrously slim that only a complete madman would agree to this strategy. Who are the people under your command? The core of my unit is composed of prisoners from various Dastra Militarum regiments and a number of planetary guards. They form the assault squad that went on the special operation under Sergeant Vigastes' command. The rest are common people who had the misfortune of being captured by Xenos. Serfs, nobility, administratum clerks, technomats, void workers, monks, anyone who found the courage to take up arms. The only kind you won't find here are heretics, lawbreakers, and cowards. Trust me, Malachi, these people can be relied upon. In their darkest hour, they found a source of resolve and faith, and each among them is ready to give their life for the righteous cause. Many already have. How have you managed to accomplish so much? Every morsel of intelligence we have acquired and every step of progress we have made was paid for in blood and pain. The information about the dying cabal that dreads entering the docks of its enemies and instead moors in an abandoned era was forced out of captive Xenos. The knowledge of the portal was bought in exchange for 1/2 of all the weapons we had stockpiled, and taking that ship cost us several lives, each of which was worth more than the whole blasted city. Well, I'm not going to join Malice, so if my choice is kill him or join him, I guess I'm on his side, although his plan is terrible. I shall join you. The commissar laughs and exclaims approvingly. My brothers and sisters in arms, a new fighter has joined our ranks. The Emperor's grace is with us. I have other business to attend to. Farewell and keep the faith. The Emperor protects, brother. Uh-huh.
I always keep my options open.
Now we have to kill Malice. That's a problem. Mainly because we have no way in which we can kill Malice. That is going to be our main issue with this. Well, I'll take the I'll take the lift up, I guess. I guess we should try and get Jai and anyone else we can back. Who was it? It was Erlet, Jai, and we brought one other. Abelard, Argenta, Erlet, Jai, and Pascal? No, I didn't bring. I brought Heinrichs, not Pascal. Yeah, so we need Heinrichs. What the hell? Did that thing have wings? It's here for half a second and disappeared out of existence.
Just as I planned.
The victim was killed by a series of precise cuts in vulnerable spots: the throat, the eyes, and the tendons. The killer must have been aiming to swing the outcome of the fight the first few blows.
Let us not do.
Okay. Grab them. So there is more loot over here that we could have grabbed previously. Still no melter charges, which is kind of the biggest problem.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
He just dropped dead from nothing. I'd like to grab the goods in the goods pile. There we go. Still not actually anything useful. Yes, I believe we get the idea here. Right.
Is there money to be made?
Grab the goods. That's fine. Down here. Keep grabbing goods as we make our way around. No, can't get those. Don't have enough tech use. Shoot it.
The Emperor favors me today.
We got it. So that gets us tracking boots, stabilizing gauntlets, and melter charge. Wonderful. Well, a melter charge is useful. This must be the chute that carried your unconscious body down here. Seems unlikely given it's a different area than the one that we started in, but judging by the amount of stuff here, but that's fine. Hot in the trail, nobody has that. Oh, you need the agility. Yeah, and the dogmatic rank is useful as well. And then these, whenever you use running gun, they gain agi bonus divided by 3 damage on ranged attacks and do not suffer winded. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Yeah, I was just thinking, what else does... Oh yeah, I wanted to have a look at rank for a second here. Not rep, biography, there we go. So we're at level 2, we're adherent. We are almost votary, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're very almost there. That would get us courage and steel 3. We spend 30 less momentum when activating a heroic act. Cool. You are level 3, and you are level 2. I was just seeing if they updated at this point in the game, but I don't think they do.
Keep my options open.
Right, let's head down here. I know that we only just got a melter charge, but let's go and do this. Wait, where the hell am I? This isn't where I wanted to be. Okay. Down here. Okay. Also, I'm wondering if that guy's going to let us into that area now. The one that he said, no, you're not allowed in it. One with Jai in there. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
You know, the easiest side of this demolition is this side. So let's blow this up.
Duty prevails.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Right. Goods. Aha. So they gain 2 times agi bonus parry when using swords. If they parry with a sword, they immediately counterattack, causing the enemy to become staggered. If the attacker is staggered, the wearer's parry is increased by 5 times agi bonus %. Their assassin and dodges, doesn't matter, tactical thing. Whenever the wearer successfully dodges or parries an incoming attack, they gain momentum. And then we got another melter. We got a melter charge back for using the melter charge. That's huge. Anyway, you dodge and parry all the time. You could also use the parry bonus boots. Okay, we're starting to get there.
Keep your eye on
we shouldn't
the
use
prize.
our demolitions there. There's another demolitions over here. I want to say, yeah, there's a demolitions right there next to that chest. So let's use an athletics to get over,
Compared to naval service,
and then we
that was
can
barely a
blow this
challenge.
one up as well. This one's only a 65, but I think it's worth it. So a 65 because it's really difficult, or because her demolitions isn't very good? No, it's because her demolitions isn't very good, apparently. That's not a good sign. That's all she does.
I better myself through
Well, we got
my
through there.
service.
Lower Xeno's
That's
chest.
how it's done.
We're in. We get 2 melter charges for 1. And 3 multi-keys, which now means we have a multi-key that we can use on the...
Keep your wits about you.
On the things that we
Nothing's
failed.
impossible
However,
for this old officer.
that isn't going to increase our chances, is it? Still 0%. I could demolitions it, but... Yeah, I think we just have to keep going. I'm assuming there's going to be a point where we can like explore this place with a little bit more... I'm trying to think of the right way of putting it. Stats. That's the word I was looking for a little more stats. That would be useful. Cool. We do actually want to go through this now. Then, I just want to check whether we can. Don't know whether we're necessarily going to do this today, but are we now allowed in here now that we've done that start?
I always keep my options open.
Not this way. So I'm not allowed in the anatomical opera yet. Am I allowed in the arena? Maybe. Maybe these things open up after
Rise
this
to the
stage
top,
of the
or get left in
game.
the dust.
Let's just see. Would it let us in the arena? I think so. I don't think there's anything stopping us. So, I think our current plan is to save the game. Thank you very much for watching. And then next time, we'll go into the arena and see what's going on there. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.